That's right. It's a surprise, isn't it? I'm disappointed.
It's a pleasure to see you today at Southfield's Academy. What was it like to meet the AFC Wimbledon youngsters?
It was good. Obviously, they're young players just trying to find their way in the game, and any way that I can help them. I was once like that. I was once 17, 18, trying to find my way, and so I've got experience of what they're going through at the moment. So it was good, and some good questions. If they don't make it as footballers, they make it as journalists.
Yeah, how did it come about, this whole thing?
Just from I know Stuart, who knows Robbo, so yeah, just through that really.
Brilliant. And AFC Wimbledon, obviously you've heard about the story, your involvement with Salford City as well. I mean, how inspiring is the AFC Wimbledon story?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what ultimately we want to do. We want to get through the leagues as quickly and as best as we can, and you can always look up at clubs like AFC Wimbledon who have done it, who started from the bottom and gradually made their way up the leagues, and yeah, there's loads of examples of it. And as a club, as Salford City, they're the clubs that we look up to. It's been before, it can be done. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done.
Any memories of battles against the old Wimbledon in the past?
That's exactly what they were, battles. No, it was good. It was always a test. When we were playing, it was at Sellers Park. They just moved from Plough Lane, and no, it was always a test for you. You were against a big physical team. The players that you're up against, Vinnie Jones, John Fashanu. It was always a tough game, and one that we enjoyed actually. We always knew it was a challenge. You knew that you had to be up for it, and they're the games that you had to win. To win leagues.
In terms of these boys, this Saturday at Huddersfield Town away in the FAU Cup, we've heard you passing on a few tips. How important is it that they're focused for this challenge?
No, it's massive. For these lads, it's their biggest game. The Youth Cup and being in the youth team is massive. Because I remember I was fortunate to win the Youth Cup. Before that, I'd fallen short in 2 semi-finals. I was devastated. So no, it's important that you go up there and show what you're capable of. You don't want to come off the pitch, thinking I could have done this, I could have done that. And obviously it won't be easy going up north, going up to Huddersfield, but I understand the lads had a good run last year, so they'll be looking to better that.
What can it do for your career? In terms of your career, it really went up and up from then onwards.
Oh, it's massive. I mean, obviously up there in the northwest as well, there'll be loads of scouts there. So it might be for a lot of scouts the first glimpse that they're getting at future stars. So it's great for the lads to have that, to play in the youth team, to be part of that, whether it be the starting 11 or whether it be the squad. Like I say, nothing but great memories for me playing in the Youth Cup.
Is there anything that stands out for you where it was a bit of a kick in the teeth as a young lad trying to progress, where you had to really bounce back from things?
Yeah, I just touched on it. Twice we got beat in the semi-final of the Youth Cup. Once against Sheffield Wednesday, once against Tottenham, and I was devastated. And you're thinking, are you ever going to win it? Fortunately, we went on to win it with a special group of players. But no, you've got to just, the message I give there was prepare as best as you can. If you get beat on the day by the better team, then you've got to hold your hands up. But don't come off the pitch wishing that you trained better, wishing that you prepared better. You've got to do as best you can. Just
to touch upon your Salford connection, what's your role there at the moment?
Well, I'm owners with the rest of the lads in the class of '92, and my involvement, just big decisions really. But basically, at the moment, I'm just a fan, who is trying to make the club better, trying to make the facilities better, and trying to give Salford, a city where I grew up, a football team to be proud of.
Well, I managed to sort out to get Ryan Giggs down here to have a chat to the boys, partly leading up to the FA Youth Cup, so it was a great opportunity. But what was most important to me, it was like an educational visit, and I know it's Ryan Giggs and everyone gets excited, but it was really important it wasn't a circus. So the boys didn't actually know he was coming. I just told them they had someone who was coming down to talk about mentality and the things that it takes to be a professional footballer. So they had their questions ready beforehand based on that. And it was great. He was absolutely fantastic. It was really good.
One thing that really stood out was the tunnel vision towards approach towards games. How important was that?
Yeah, everything. I mean, that's why at one point I had to stop it and say that, you know, Ryan and I hadn't met, and none of it was preempted because, you know, the messages he was saying, I could see some of the boys half looking, thinking, you know, especially when he was talking about the running he used to do and stuff like that, and I could see him thinking, hold on, Robbo's prompted him, and so that's why I said, look, this is the first time I've met him as well. So no, the messages that he come across were fantastic, and that's why I did it, Chris. It's, you know, we've got loads of experience in and around the training ground, and the boys have always got positive messages, but then to have them reinforced by someone who, you know, I would say was probably in the top 10 greatest British players of all time, to have those messages reinforced and talk about the hard work and basically the tunnel vision, and basically his life was football from a certain age. It's just fantastic, and all you can hope is that in there next door that message gets through and it helps you just go on another level again in terms of what we're doing.
As someone who's a young footballer at Fulham, how much did you relate to what Ryan was talking about?
Yeah, loads of it, and you know, and things come with experience. And when I listened to him, and you listen to the mental strength stuff, and then you look back where my career sort of went the wrong way, and you know, and it all happens for a reason. And I look at that now as a coach and realise things I wish I could have done differently at the time as a young man. You don't realise, you know, you're just doing it, and I didn't have someone, without sounding arrogant, like myself, to try and point me back in the right direction. So it was just so interesting listening to him, and it just makes you realise what it really does genuinely take. And I know that through my not doing it, if you know what I mean, and that's why I try and implement it. But then to have someone who has done it and to such a great level, I think he's the most decorated footballer ever. I think in terms of medals, it's fantastic, and as I said, all I can hope is that the boys have taken it on board. So I spent most of my time looking at their faces and seeing which ones it looked like it was sinking in.